Hi, I'm Jenny Rosencrantz from the University of Maryland Extension, here at WBOC's historic Studio D. You're watching Delmarva Live.
Oh, we always love having Jenny on the show today talking about African violence.
We call her High-Speed Jenny.
Yes. Well, for decades now, the Possum Point players in Georgetown have been bringing community theater to all of us here on Delmarva.
And this weekend kicks off their 2013 season. Brian Spiros has a look at the performance.
Well, Jimmy and Lisa, Possum Point Players has been serving the community since 1973 with various performances. And speaking of which, there's going to be a performance starting this weekend. And here to talk all about it with us is Pat Earhart, who is a member of the theater. So Pat, first thing for people who may not be familiar, explain exactly what the theater is, what you guys do here.
Okay, Possum Point presents both Broadway and local performances of theater presentations written by famous authors and not so famous authors. We've been producing plays here since 1973, actually not here. We bought this building in 1985 from the town of Georgetown. It used to be a youth recreation center. Put in an $800,000 capital improvement, and that's what you see now, and that's how we've grown to where we are. We started with 15 people sitting in a living room in Millsboro to what we are now. We're with a mailing list of over 5,000 people.
And we should mention we are sitting on the stage here.
Correct.
And it's quite a large audience, a good amount of people who can fit in here. You said it's bigger than people think it's going to be when they come inside.
Right. My sister came from Pittsburgh recently, and she said, man, I looked at this on the website, and I didn't think it was going to be this big. Most people think a community theater is something very small, but this we're up 183 seats, and we can actually go to 200, which we did recently with our sold-out performances of White Christmas. We had people sitting almost right up to the stage.
So can accommodate a lot of people. Speaking of accommodating people, this weekend kicks off your season.
Correct.
You have a show called The Psychic. Tell us about that.
The Psychic is a comedy. It's called a murder mystery of sorts, and I have the privilege of directing a wonderful cast who are just hilarious. In fact, we have a tough time getting through rehearsals without people breaking up. But it is a really funny comedy about a down-and-out mystery writer who can't sell any of his books. So he puts a sign in his window saying, psychic readings, $25. And people start showing up for psychic readings, and things start happening to those people. And it's one funny step to another, to another, to another, to all of the 6 people that come in to get a psychic reading from this fellow.
And that's going to be playing for 2 weekends.
Right. It opens this weekend, opens this Friday, and Friday and Saturday we have shows that begin at 8, and Sunday we have our matinees at 2, and then the following weekend, the Friday and Saturday at 8, and then at 2 again on Sunday.
Now you have the main stage performances here, but there are other groups here at the theater as well. Tell us just about a couple of them.
Correct. We have groups called ad hoc players. They do old-time radio shows and read old-time radio shows. They're going to do a show called Our Miss Brooks coming up in February. We have a New Faces of Shakespeare. Currently, we're rehearsing a Raisin in the Sun opening in February with one of our subgroups called Dreamers United. And we have a number of different groups, including an outreach to children and children's theater camps in the summer, which run a couple of weeks in the summer for kids who are interested in theater. And they learn all the aspects of theater, from set building to being on stage to running sound and lights.
The whole gamut.
Right.
So certainly a lot going on here. And speaking of which, we're going to jump ahead a little bit to the fall. We can't reveal too much information, but you guys have a big show that's going to be going on here in the fall.
Correct. We have a very big Broadway show going to open here in the fall. It's so big right now that we've added an additional weekend, and because of legality, and we're still working with the licensing and such, we can't give out the name, but we know that once we announce it, it'll be sometime in the spring, the demand for tickets is going to go through the roof, because it is such a big Broadway production, and we really are happy to be able to provide this to the Delmarva community.
So people should just have their kind of ears listening
Correct,
and
correct,
ready for when
correct.
it comes out. So all right, so you piqued my interest, and I'm sure you piqued a lot of other people.
Right.
So that's in the fall. But again, as we said, the Psychic is going to be starting this weekend. We're going to give people those times and dates again. The Psychic here at Possum Point Players in Georgetown is going to be on Fridays, January 25th and February 1st at 8 p.m. On Saturdays, January 26th and February 2nd at 8 p.m. And then on Sundays, January 27th and February 3rd at 2 p.m. And it sounds like it's going to be a great show.
Oh, it's hilarious. It was really funny.
It sounds like it. Pat, thank you so much for letting us come by today.
Thanks,
we appreciate
Brian.
it. And letting
Thank
me
you.
sit on the stage. I feel like an actor now. So, and of course, if you would like more information on the show, The Psychic, or any of the other performances coming up, or the theater itself, just go to our website, delmarvalife.com, and click on the show tab.
I want to know now what show that it's going to
What
be.
is it?
What is
and
it?
what a tremendous facility. I
It
haven't
is.
been inside until we got that look there, but wow.
I've been there. It's
You've
beautiful.
been inside, yeah?
Yes. Went there for one of the children's camps.
That's
Yeah.
terrific. Fall.
Well, still ahead on Delmarva Life, just because it's chilly outside, don't let that stop you from getting your gardening fix. Up next on Delmarva Life, gardening expert Jenny Rosenkrantz is here to show us how to yield beautiful blooms, plus what we can plant now to get ready for the spring.
But first, if you're looking for something, maybe a present for your sweetie, maybe for Valentine's Day, who knows, maybe even if it's just for you, but you really don't know where the store is, we've got a solution for you. Just go to delmarvalife.com. You'll notice on the upper left-hand side of the screen, the Super Search. All you have to do is type in the name or the category of the business that you're wanting to find. Boom! There it is, an entire directory waiting for you. Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.